The member from Huron-Bruce.
My question is for the Premier. Premier, you've already admitted that your Pay to Pollute plan is a tax, but what you have failed to mention is that this tax on everything will be one of the biggest taxes in Ontario's history. The cost of groceries, heating your home, raising a family, and doing business in Ontario is on the rise. Wow. The most recent Stats Canada numbers show that food costs have increased by nearly 4% since last year, while rent, property taxes, and electricity have also increased. People are struggling to keep up with these rising costs, Premier, and your Pay to Pollute tax on everything hasn't even begun yet. Premier, why are you making the people of Ontario choose between heating or eating?
Mr. Speaker, I know that the Minister of the Environment and Climate Change is going to want to speak to this issue, but, Mr. Speaker, let's just be clear what the member from the opposite side is saying, Mr. Speaker. She's basically saying we don't have to worry about climate change. There's nothing that Ontario has to do. Ontario has no responsibility to either take advantage of the innovation opportunities that come with climate reduction, Mr. Speaker, or do our bit to reduce our footprint, Mr. Speaker, to make sure that we take part in a global move to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions so that, Mr. Speaker, we can cut down on the extreme weather events that I know are taking place in the members' riding because they're taking place all over the province. The flooding, the wind, Mr. Speaker, the drought in some parts of the continent, Mr. Speaker. What the member opposite is saying is, don't do anything to address that. We have no responsibility as Ontarians. We reject that.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Go back to the Premier. What I'm saying is, if you would have taken into consideration the consultation ideas that were suggested, a carbon tax on everything probably would not have happened. But you ignored the public across Ontario. Stats Canada numbers show that Ontario has the greatest cost increases across Canada since last year. And what is the Liberal plan to help Ontario families all about? It's about putting a carbon tax on everything. To fund your sorry government's mismanagement. Ontarians cannot begin to save for retirement when they're worried about how they're going to afford to heat their home. The Green Energy Act already takes $1,100 out of a household's yearly income, and your approximate 3-cent increase on the cost of gas will cost drivers another $100 per year. Premier, how are people going to afford to live in Ontario if you keep raising the cost of everything?
Thank you.
Environment and climate change.
Minister of the Environment and Climate Change.
I don't know where to start, Mr. Speaker. It's very amusing. All across Canada, prices weren't going up as fast. A, that's not true. B, BC, Alberta, and Quebec, which is most of Canada, all have a price on carbon. So the members just proved our point. She's wrong. Second of all, food prices went up because apple production was down 80%, then 60%. We want to be able to grow apples in Ontario because apples are a good thing. Drought in California, where 30% of our food comes from now, is going up.
Order.
Prices went up in grocery stores, the members should know, because
Order.
we're trying to stop.
The member from Huron-Bruce will come to order. As you asked the question, I'm sure you wanted to hear the answer. One-sentence wrap-up.
So, thank you very much for making the government's case. Maybe we can give the member another question, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.